Hello and welcome to the tutorial. I'm here at the Skybeam sandbox. I'm going to show you what primitives are and how to use them. So I'm going to go ahead and show you by going to, you can either right click the floor and or no way, yeah, go and then go create. And then you go to your shapes. You have many to choose from. So we'll go ahead and res out our cube. It all starts with a cube from a great legend of Secondlife that knows that. But anyways, so you have many different shapes to choose from. So you go back to your magic wand tool, and you go ahead and choose another shape. You get creative with it. And here's the cool part. You can go ahead and stretch, and then you choose the direction, and then you hold down your mouse button and just your left mouse button onto it, and then just slowly start dragging out. Just like this. And then here's a cool tool to learn about is hold down shift on your keyboard. Go ahead and pull it out. So when you're holding down shift, make sure you hold down your left mouse button and drag it across. Just like that. Or you can, it all depends on where your mouse is moving up and down. So if you want it to be with no axis, you just do like this. Make sure your mouse is in the middle of the measuring tool. And then if you want to lock it, make sure it's outside the box and it will lock right in place, just like so. Same thing when you hold down the control tool. Control on your keyboard, and then drag your mouse, same thing, you lock it in place just like so, just like that. Different angles, very good for people who are beginners and people who want to build quick without issue. But anyways, see what I just did there? I flipped it around now. Good, thanks to our tool. Now I can be like, oh, I want to drag this into this, but if you use the good like this, I mean, if you want a unique design, why not? But yeah, it's fun to play with. You got lots of different things to do. Also, select face. That is for when you are selecting face of an object, and then you go to your texture tab, and then PBR, we can learn about that in another video. But this one, we go ahead and click, go to our textures. We have so many textures to choose from, So you just drag it onto it like though. Then you can hit full bright if you want like a nice little glow to it, good for clubs, whatever you want on your project. We'll keep that off. But as an example, I'm not really going to be using this stuff. Most likely I might just use a wood texture. Oh, yeah, also if you select one side and then hold down shift and hit select, and you select with the left mouse button, just like that. And now you have both of them selected. But if you want to combine these two where they link together, go back to our little tool here. Go to link right there. Boom, just like that. Just like so. Now your objects are linked together. Look at that. But anyways, I'm going to go ahead and change this to a nice wood. You know, we could try a little everything. Make sure applied now is always on too, because that's where you can see what you want. You know, you're like, oh, you know, you can make a nice roof or something for a home. You just get creative with it. This is your move tool, of course. Use the arrows, move your object around, up and down, whatever. Yeah, rotate, whatever you want. And then our next tool is also, let me show actually. Let me go to our cube here. Move it over. Let's go ahead and show you this really quick. So we go back to our stretch right here. And then we go ahead and select the corner of this and just drag it out. Like so. Just like that, and then you have a big cube, or you can do a small cube, however you want to do it. And then our next tool is to stretch both sides. This is a nice tool to make a great club or something. Boom, just like that. So you can just change the size how you want it. You know, it works for all angles, so you can create something really quick this way. Whatever, you know, maybe a beam for inside of a home, a nice modern home you're building for the ceiling. And here's the another cool part. I'm gonna go ahead and show you how we can do transparency. So see how slowly it gets more transparent, just like this. This is really good if you want to make glass or anything like that. PBRs are really helpful in the future for that. I'll have to tell you in the next video. But yeah, that's that. You can, of course, you can still make it full bright, whatever. Nice effect for making glass. As you can see, there's a lot more shapes and sizes to play with. We got the little triangle one. And we got another triangle. So we got two different triangles. So we got this one and we got this one. You know, great pyramid. Make a nice little miniature model of Egypt or something. Now we go to the cylinder. You know, you just keep resin, you know, a good old ball. You can get organic with it with a nice ball. Everybody likes a nice ball in their life. But then also we have a lot of the air unique things, you know, if you really want to get creative with things. There's a lot of nice tools you can still play with. And I'll even teach you guys in the future of how to make this stuff into Blender, where you don't have to worry about people saying, "Oh, why you living in the old school world? Why you always using Prim? That's so old." And you know, you want to combine, you know, make a project out of this, make them all together, whatever, and have a low land impact. It really affects it more nicely for that. But anyways, let's see what we got here. Yeah, we got a little half sphere. This is great for the old school sky domes. I don't know if you guys remember those. Where you have a half sphere, which is actually kind of interesting for the flat earthers out there too, you know, because if you, I've always seen it this way. Okay, like, what if this is the true flat earth theory right here? This is the flat earth. You see what I'm saying? The earth is not always flat. It's never flat. It's actually, this is what I believe what Antarctica looks like on top of the surface here. Because like that's the flat surface. That's where the government's hiding who knows what. But anyways, this makes more sense now, though. See why this is why they keep saying the Earth is a sphere. It's because NASA photos are always above it, the sphere, to make it all look round, right? See what I'm saying? So, but anyways, getting a little crazy the conspiracies here, but yeah, you know, this is a cool little way you can make a light. You know, you can make it really tiny like this, and then you just drag it down to the floor, like so, and have like a nice wood or something underneath it, like on a porch. And then you go hit the little floor, the full bright, and here's the cool part: glow. Or you can bring a light source to it so it actually looks like a light. But if you don't want the ugly pea yellow, just go ahead and hit it blank, just like so. And then look at that, you're already onto your next project. By duplicating it like this, you can really create something with this, you know. Maybe a nice fence, or just something that goes along your garden. There's endless possibilities in Second Life when it comes to creative focus. But yeah, that's about it for shapes. Shapes and learning the effects on how to do things. I miss her voice box. It's been a while. Here's my avatar. Rock on. Yeah, this is one of my avatars. I own a small business. I'll have to tell you guys a little more about that in the future. Right now, this video is just for learning tutorial purposes only. So, that's about it, though. I'm Mrvoicebox, and I'll be seeing you guys in another video. Like and subscribe. Bye.